But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing What If Deku Had the Power of What If, Part 1. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a little while. It's because I've been on vacation and, I've been trying to take it easy. I have been looking at my subscriber count, but we did it. We hit 1K. I would like to thank you guys. Again, I already thanked you guys in my, thank you for 1K video, but honestly, I couldn't have done it without you guys, so you guys deserve all the credit. So yeah. And this is my 1,000 subscriber special, and yeah. Just know this is not going to be one of my normal What If Dekus. This What If will be tying in each and every one of my What Ifs I have ever done. So, just know he's going to be freakishly OP. And it's basically, I don't know how you guys, think of this, but, I'm going to try and, basically connect my what ifs. So, kind of like, how the Marvel Universe, they have that, they have their own universe. This is basically gonna be kind of like that, in a way. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoy the series because I have some big plans set up for this. And once again, guess what? Discord got to pick out my thumbnail for this video. I originally had 2 thumbnails, but I couldn't decide between them, so I put it up on my Discord. And speaking of Discord, if you guys want to join my Discord to, basically sometimes be able to choose, what thumbnails I use or what idea I do next. And, sometimes you guys may put a comment down. I won't always see it. So make sure you guys join my Discord because you will have a higher chance of getting to talk with me directly. So, yeah. Make sure you guys go and join my Discord. Link will be in the description. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And while you're at it, United States of Smash the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah. Let me go ahead and get a sip of water. And let's start this. So, we're going to start in What If Deku was the god of destruction and creation's world, or universe. So, Deku is, getting us talking to about, killing the villains. And, Deku tells them, well, I did it because they had committed so much sin, and I just needed to do it because, well, I'm trying to make this world a better place so it doesn't have to be destroyed. But then Deku senses something. He doesn't know what it is, but it's like a power of a being way beyond his comprehension. The teachers are just furious at him, and they just keep on pounding him to tell them what he means. And Deku says, "Shut up!" As the power starts getting, overwhelmingly close. Deku is teleported to heaven, or has been sent back to heaven by God, and God tells upon Deku My boy, a being is coming to this universe that we have created. And, well, I don't know what it is. It's something almost sent by the universe itself. But I can't quite pinpoint what it is. Deku says, should I go deal with it? And God says, no. And Deku says, well, what should we do about it? It's heading right towards our universe that we have created. And I don't want it to end just like that. I was awakened not even 14 years ago. I don't want this universe that I created to be destroyed. God says, do not fret, my child. Everything will be fine. As a rift opens, cracking the space-time continuum, as Deku starts to get pulled towards it. Deku asks for God to help him, but God says, do not worry, my boy. You will be back. Deku attempts to fight his way out of it, but he's just not strong enough. He's pulled straight into the rift without any say in the matter. Now we're going to go to What If Deku was Siren Head's universe. Or What If universe. Or What If Deku was Siren Head. I think I said that right the first time. So, we're going to go to that universe. So, Deku is being treated for the wounds that happened to him during the USJ attack. And all of a sudden, the roof is just like pulled right off of its hinges as it's sucked straight into the rift. Deku's wondering what's going on as he sounds the alarm, or sounds a siren that would alert All for One and the rest of the league to evacuate as he starts to get sucked into the rift. Deku's wondering what's going on and if he should try and fight it. But then his hunter side kicks in. Deku says, this'll be fun. As he is absorbed into the rift. Now we're going to go to What If Deku was the reincarnation of Iron Man's universe. So, Deku's just sitting there typing on a computer when, all out of nowhere, Jarvis says, Sir, I just detected an anomaly. I don't know what it is, but it's coming really close to our universe. It's weird. I can't quite pinpoint what it is, but it's a very powerful anomaly. I would recommend getting to a safer point. Deku asks, will it do any damage? And Jarvis says, well, that I can't tell because it's still too far away to detect if it's a black hole. And Deku says, and if it is? And then Jarvis says, well, there will be nothing we can do and we must all accept our inevitable death. Deku just stares at him as Jarvis says, incoming! As the roof is lifted straight off of the house and sucked into the rift. Jarvis attempts to fight it, but he's sucked into the rift. Deku's wondering what's going on, so he taps his arc reactor, and it consumes him in a space-sealed suit that he had created for an occasion just for this, as he sucked into the rift. Inko barges into the room to see what's going on, to see that Deku's nowhere to be found. And the roof is gone. She screams as she calls the police and gets Psydroids inside of the room ASAP. Now we're going to go to what if Deku was Doctor Strange's universe. So Deku's reading a book, and then Inko walks up to him. And she says, "Son, remember those books that I used to tell you about? About the creatures that could, or the beings that could destroy universes?" And Deku says, "Yeah, what about them?" And she says, "This may be one, but I'm not entirely sure. It's probably the strongest one I've ever seen. But I would recommend you take shelter. I gotta go face it." And then Deku says, "What do you mean? Aren't I supposed to be the strongest sorcerer?" And then Inka says, "Not yet. You will be. But I must go face this. And if I don't make it back, train. Train harder than you ever have. Because this being is coming." As the rift opens, and Inko attempts to close it, but she's thrown out of the way by Deku as he's sucked through the roof as the roof comes off, joining Deku as he enters the rift. So, when God of Destruction and Creation, Deku, gets in there, he opens his eyes to see he's in the middle of space. That's what it looks like, but he steps down and he's in a box. He tries to break the box, but he can't. Then he looks up to see himself everywhere. One of every kind. A big green one, a humongous one, a humongous lizard-looking one levitating people, one that's a skull and on fire, lifting another one that looks like Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the air. There's so many of them. And they're all fighting. Deku's just wondering what's going on. As siren-headed Deku enters in. He gets there, and he's just looking around. Deku says to himself, "It's all me. They're all different shapes and sizes. Oh, and they're all different power levels. Oh, I can't wait to fight the strongest of me. Oh, you seem to be the strongest, aren't you? I may not be able to read power levels, but I can sense something about you that it makes me want to kill you." As he gets on all fours and starts rushing at God of Destruction and Creation Deku. Deku summons a lightning and shocks siren-headed Deku. Siren-headed Deku screams in agony as he drops to the ground, shaking heavily. Deku says, "Oh, is that your quirk? Oh, you'll be so much to play, so nice and so much fun to play with." As he gets up through all the pain and starts walking towards Deku with humongous, strides. Deku decides to end it by creating a boulder and hurtling it at him, as siren-headed Deku gets crushed and is unable to get back up. Then a really bright light appears. All the Dekus look at it as the light says, Welcome, everybody. Looks like every single one of you made it. That is good. Well, you all are very interesting in your own way. But some of you probably don't know what your true existence is. Then Doctor Strange Deku says, "You're gonna destroy the planet, aren't you?" And then the light says, "Oh, you've already discovered one teensy bit of my plan." Then God of Destruction and Creation Deku creates a staircase made out of grass and flowers, and starts walking up to what looks like the head of the creature and asks him, "What are you? And why are you in God's beautiful, beautiful universe? And tell me, why are there so many of me?" Because in Deku's head, he's wondering why God would create so many of him. Because he thought he was special. He thought he was one of God's chosen ones. He didn't know there was more of him. And then the white light says, well, you could say my name is Hater. That's right. Hater. Like I was saying, you all are part of something way more greater than you could ever imagine. You were all created by one called CXI Haunted. He sits up above everything else with a smug look on his face as he uses us to get views and likes. He thinks that he's so good. He thinks his what ifs are so good. He thinks you all are so good. But no, you all are fake. You all are animations. But I can change that. I can create something stronger than him. I can be more than him. I can be the new content creator. And with your help, no one can stop me. God of Destruction Deku immediately attacks the white light, but is immediately knocked back with so much strength it breaks his bones. He thinks to himself, "He's so strong. How?" As Deku heals his bones and gets up. Then the light says, "It's time." As he reaches out what looks to be his hand, and all the Deku start combining. They all start merging. And they all start screaming in agony as they're being merged together. They keep on trying to fight it, but they can't. They just keep on screaming and screaming until they're merged. What if Deku is the god of destruction and creation, Deku? God of Destruction Deku is probably the best one resisting it. But then he remembers what God said. "Don't worry, you'll be back." So he decides to trust God and lets himself be consumed. He feels a pain he has never felt before as he merges with the rest of the Dekus, till each and every Deku is merged. The hater says, "Yes, yes! It's time. You will never stop me!" As he consumes the orb with all of the Dekus as a large explosion happens, creating a universe. The hater says, "Yes, now no one can stop me." As he creates lightning bolts to shoot at every single What If Deku universe, hitting each of their Earths. In What If Deku was the god of destruction and creation's universe, the lightning bolt hits, shaking the entire universe. These lightning bolts would put Zeus to shame. They would make Zeus's lightning bolts look like tiny, tiny little shocks compared to. As the earth starts to implode, as lightning bolts start connecting to each and every one of the planets till the universe is destroyed. God's just watching, and an angel walks up to him and says, "Shouldn't we do something? He's destroying the universe. We need to stop him." And God says, "Don't worry. I always have a plan." Then the universe is destroyed. And one by one, the universes fall. Each what if universe crumbles. Death around every corner. Till everyone has been destroyed. Not a single one left. None of them even made it to part 4. They were all destroyed. As the hater laughs, as he sees Haunted crying after all of his videos lost all of their likes and dislikes. But then he remembers. In every what if, there must be a Deku. As Deku is born. When Deku's born, the hater realizes what he has done. He has imprisoned himself in what he attempted to destroy. And what Inka would realize is Deku would almost always be grumpy. He would never really smile. And when Deku's 4, they would learn a surprising truth. That Deku had lots of quirks. The quirk doctor counted at least 10 or more inside of him. Deku just kind of shrugged it off because he doesn't care. He knows he has more power than that. As Haunted starts to laugh in the sky as Deku's being humiliated. But just because he had quirks doesn't mean Bakugo wouldn't bully him. Because Deku didn't like to tell people about how many quirks he had. So he just told people that his quirk was to be able to communicate with the dead. Because that was one of his quirks. If you know which what if that's from, you would know that what if comes from What If Deku was Johann Kraus. So, Bakugo would attempt to bully him every day. But Deku was starting to get very annoyed with it. So one day, Deku decided, hey, I'm the strongest being in existence. Why not pick a fight? So he picks a fight with Bakugo. And Bakugo doesn't like that a wimp is trying to pick a fight with him. So he attempts to blow Deku's face off. But Deku grabs his arm mid-blast. And then breaks Bakugo's arm and then rips it off. And he slaps Bakugo with his own arm as he drops it to the ground. and decides, why not use one of my amazing powers? As a purple aura engulfs his hand, as he puts it in a fist and says, Detroit, smash! As he punches Bakugo, blowing Bakugo into itty-bitty little bits, and then the force of that punch destroyed an entire city. Then Deku reaches his hand out as a green clock appears, as he rewinds everything back to the way it was. And then Bakugo's head is in his hands, as he slams Bakugo into the ground, leaving Bakugo's skull shattered, giving Bakugo severe brain damage. Then he just leaves Bakugo there as the EMSs finally arrive. So from that point on, Bakugo would never show up to school. Sorry guys, it's doing that. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, Bakugo would never show up to school. He would always be in the hospital. And Deku would occasionally visit him, but Bakugo would always scream, and Deku would be forced to leave. Deku kind of feels bad for Bakugo, but he decides to let Bakugo live like that for a couple more years. Then, middle school. The end of middle school has arrived. He decided to rewind Bakugo, and this is the first day Bakugo has come back to school in almost 5 years. And Deku is kind of laughing as Bakugo is still doing, what would it be? Maybe, first grader, handwriting and first grader, type stuff. He doesn't know the basics he doesn't even know multiplication or division. So he doesn't even make it past middle school, and he definitely doesn't make it into UA. So Deku is walking home, just hysterical, as Bakugo got every answer wrong, and he was just laughing and laughing. Then he senses the sludge villain, and then uses his god destruction and creation powers to blow open the pipe where the sludge villain was about to come out of, and then he uses the force to pull the sludge villain out. And then he punches the sludge villain, punches him and punches him and punches him, and then uses the reality stone to make the sludge villain think that he's in lava. And the sludge villain is just screaming in pain as Deku comes out to finish it. And Deku says, Detroit, as he combines the Power Stone with his God of Destruction power. And then he punches the sludge villain, and the sludge villain disappears. Nothing, not a trace of the sludge villain is left. The sludge villain has just disappeared from reality. He's gone. Not a single trace remains. Deku walks home. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to leave it off. I hope you guys did enjoy this, and just know that is not the end to your favorite What If series. Just know that all these series they're going to be just fine, alright? I'm still going to continue them as if nothing happened. But it's just for this one What If that I do this. But, because I'm not going to be doing too many continuations, just know I won't do a continuation for this unless this hits 50 likes. So let's get it there. And if you guys want to see me get a pie in the face, go check out my thank you for 1,000 subscribers special. Because I did promise to get a pie in the face, and I ended up getting one. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.